This is how we do. We're vibing today, yo. Vibing. Peach vibe. It's so delicious. No aspartame though. I should. You know what? I should have sprinkled some in there before the show started. Get that good dose of highly preservatives aspartame. And speaking of aspartame, you have always Angela Curry. What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
You're like, there you go. Get it.
I was like, I had a nail problem. I couldn't the nail wouldn't work.
You had a nail problem?
Yeah.
Did it fall off?
No, it wouldn't let me open the can.
Do you wear fake nails, Angela?
No,
do you wear like the claw fake nails?
No,
how do women wipe their butts with those?
I cannot do fake nails. I was watching a content creator make food, and
that's what I'm saying.
Her nails were so. I literally had to stop watching.
And that's what I'm saying. How much fecal matter is underneath those nails? It's disgusting. Yeah,
we're really starting this on a dark.
It's the conversation part.
Dark very quickly.
That's not dark. It's gross, but it's not dark. I mean, dark would be talking about AIDS babies. That would be dark.
Man,
talking about AIDS babies. We have a wonderful guest today, though, Angela.
Yeah,
he's a righteous dude.
He's a righteous dude.
He puts out some great books. He's a friend. One might say he's a friend. I call him friend. Do you call him friend?
I call him friend.
He's everyone's friend.
Hey, I'm so glad that friends.
We're friends.
I haven't met you in person, but
I have
one day. Henry Demas described what Angela looks like to me. So,
did he say heavenly angel that has fallen from the stars to
Asian but Indian at the same time?
That's tomato.
Did he tell you that I have a walleye? One eye goes in and the other one goes forward.
Yeah.
So you don't know which eye to look at.
He told me not to tell anybody that. So,
and a third eye on top of it.
Yeah.
I am Indian.
That's what I'm saying. You got the third eye going. Phil, how's it going? How you doing?
Good. We were just talking a little bit about the sun backstage, and I'm grateful.
Very sunny here.
No. You don't need to be grateful for that monster. Okay. Overcast, nice, cloudy, overcast, gray skies, a little drizzle, some 75-degree weather, mad season playing. Perfect day.
I love Sundays. We just had daylight savings or longings or whatever, and it's bright out. I got the window open.
No. Good. I will say it is a nice weather-wise day. It's not too cold. But I would like it to be warmer.
You were born in the wrong state. You should have been.
I was born
in
Washington.
Or Oregon.
Also, since we're on this Restream and not StreamYards, it forces me to use OBS for some reason, and my camera looks great because I'm using OBS.
Yeah, because Restream is the place to be.
StreamYards. People think my camera sucks, but I think it might just be StreamYards.
Well, it might just be. It could be. OBS, I don't know. If Luke and Billy would know more about this whole.
Yeah, OBS might just.
Could be the OBS.
Everything great.
StreamYards, and I discussed this with who did we talk with this about? Wasn't it last week, Angela? We discussed this with somebody.
Was that just last week?
I don't know, but we were talking about.
We had Mary Boys on.
Was that last week? Yeah. But we were talking about streaming platforms and how one stream is, they all work. The StreamYard is good. It is good without a doubt with all of the everything you could do, but it's so expensive. It's so expensive, dude.
I just block it out and then don't look at the
the price point.
I just don't think about it. You know,
I get it, but when you're trying to save a couple bucks, Luke and I looked at. He uses EV Mux. I make fun of him, but it's fine. It works fine. And this one's okay too. So it is what it is. But Angela, before we get more about technical talk and loathing the sun, we got a chat going on. Who's up over there?
Henry Bemis. Speaking of, hello, Henry.
What's up, Henry?
Citizen Ronan here. Cheers, man. Cran.
Yeah, Cran was first, I think, actually.
Cran, yeah. We affectionately refer to as Cran because we don't know.
It's cranberry. It's cranberry langers. I don't care how he pronounces it.
I know. It's such a it's almost like the whole GIF and GIF thing, We've got Mush.
Mushman.
Ross. Cheers. You. Good to see you. I'm getting there. And we got the lovely K-pop in his
Pop,
house.
pop, pop.
There's
Yeah,
Lady.
yeah. Everybody
Aw.
watching.
Please come in and say hi.
You don't care
Let me
about
see
any of
one.
us. You just like comics. Click the link in the top of the chat, as well as in the description below. Go check out Mail with No Strings. Get it, buy it, love it, read it.
Jason, I have to work in 20 minutes. I'm going to need you to call my boss and tell him I can't come in.
All right. What's his phone number?
Yeah, what's his phone number? He's actually.
I'll just tell him you're dead.
Yeah.
No. It's fine.
Uh,
Before you go, go buy a Mail with No Strings.
Back it. If OBS could work out having guests, you wouldn't need anything else. That's what Citizen Ronan is saying.
You can do all of this through OBS.
Yes.
It's trickier. Like I know I don't know if you remember Phil ever talking about it, but they wanted to eventually just use OBS and circumvent all of this.
Yeah, it's like you can do more things with it, but you just have to learn it more.
It's a learning, and dude. How much? Like you're writing 15 books a day. You know, I got to draw like 3 pages a day and write those things too. And
right,
and plus you work full time. I work full time. There's only so much time in the day. I can't sit back and just learn everything about OBS.
Yeah,
swamped. Yeah,
swamped, Phil. Speaking of swamp, how's the arcade business?
It's good. Yeah, I actually picked up a weekend shift because my buddy was out of town, so I had to cover for him. And yeah, it was very busy yesterday. I worked from open until like 6, and we had, I don't know by the end of the night how many people came through, but like every now and then we have to mark down how many people are there. And I think around 2 p.m. we had like 230 customers that had already.
So you guys actually have to keep track of who comes in and out, like with a check mark or like a
no, the point of sales system does it for you.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But yeah, we'll send numbers to the boss every hour, just so he like marks it down for his personal notebook or whatever. But yeah, we had so I would say it was probably a 500 person day.
No,
at least.
Obviously, like I saw the panel breakers briefly talking about this. I watch every now and then.
I can't get used to that name. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, same.
Why? It's a good name.
I love Blockhead. I can't call you Blockheads anymore.
I know. You need to tell your friend Jake.
You can still call them blockheads because they are blockheads.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's a little square.
Yeah, they're square.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
Well, according to Jake, I'm super round. He's like, "Oh, you're actually not enormously fat, Jason." I'm so like, "Thanks."
Did he really say that?
Yeah, he's like, "Jason, you're not a blimp floating through the sky." I'm like, "Jake, geez,
did he get you?" Anyway,
there's a lot about Britain, I think.
Oh man.
Well, no, he was just he thought I was just fat, and he's like, "You're skinny." I'm like,
he can only see you from the shoulders up. You're really
stand up. I mean, it's no secret. Like Phil's like, "Yeah, I work out every day and bench 350." Did you, Phil? I don't know if you saw some dude tried to bench the record at 1,500 pounds.
Oh,
that's insane.
Oh my god!
Did he do it?
I don't know because it was on the Tactics, and it's that Dr. Mike or whoever that he's a physical therapist, whatever. But
he's like bald.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the bald dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to watch some of his videos.
Yeah, and it was on TikTok, and he's like, here he is trying to, here's not him, but like here's so and so trying to break the record, and the dude went like all the way down, and they didn't show him going up, but I'm assuming he did it. But it was funny. Even the guy spotting him had a weight brace on him, like that's insane.
Man,
but
it's massive. Ooh, yeah, Arnold's is here in Ohio.
I hear that is one of the highest places for sex trafficking.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The Arnold's. Yeah.
Have you heard of the Arnold's? It's a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger event that has taken place in Columbus, Ohio since
the traffic people during the event.
Yeah. They sex traffic people. They kidnap people. Yeah, that's the
get in line. You've got the Olympics. You've got NFL.
The Super Bowl is one of them too.
What?
Yeah, Phil, it's crazy.
I need to get my conspiracies back up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just do watch nothing but like murder documentaries and stuff. When I'm at work, I listen to the murder podcast because they take up time, and I'm just shipping. So, yeah. But anyway, no, I was listening to the breaking of the panels, and you guys were talking about that episode was more about making comics full time.
Yes.
So now, if you were to ever like be like, okay, I'm sustaining a living. If I were to never have a job again, I can function. I'm not going to say be a millionaire, but you can live. Would you quit the arcade still at that point, or would you want to still be there like part time? Like, do you like it that much?
Yeah, it's super chill and around my buddies all the time. And yeah, if they needed me for anything still, I mean, Jake's right. Yeah, everything's especially for it's different for when you're a writer because I'm like constantly writing throughout the day in my head,
Wow.
and that is you just can't do that as an artist. It's much more physical. And he's probably, Jake is probably, he had a point where that daily work of a day job helps gestate your ideas throughout the day. You have something else that's on your mind other than just creating 24/7, if you were a full-time artist. And it probably helps prevent burnout on your creativeness.
No, I actually I agree with that. I like that's why plenty of writers and artists maybe like I know Will Perdomo said he's like he'll go and walk for like an hour and a half. He'll take his walk, and during that time frame, he'll think of some of his best stuff because he's not really doing anything. He's just out like his mind is just blank pretty much, and then just the muse hits you. And not only that, you're interacting with real life. You're having real life experiences. You're talking to people, which then will generate and gestate ideas and concepts. And like, oh, what if I did this? This guy brought up a cool story that I can integrate in a way. But I will disagree with you. Just because we draw all the time doesn't think we're not thinking about what will look cool next. Because I do this at work too. Like whenever it's a mindless job what I do. I don't really think about anything half the time. There's plenty of times where like an issue will come up and I feel like, oh, how do I troubleshoot this? But mostly it's just slap the label on the package, send it out. So I'll be thinking, oh, okay, well, I just drew Frog jumping out of a window. What, how can I come up with a cool pose? And I'm thinking of angles and concepts, where it's going to lead. So as artists, as a storytelling artist, I should say, we do tend to think that way. And also, like sometimes I'll be just listening to music and an idea will just pop into my brain. So we do think, I mean, I know where you're coming from because you're mainly thinking the writer format. So writers are going to be thinking constantly, I'm sure, about what to write. But artists do it too. We just picture it.
Sure.
Instead of
thinking, that makes sense.
I have a question for both of you. Have you ever listened to a song and that stirred actually something in the song actually stirred something that influenced you? Or
I'll let Phil go first. He's our guest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've put like lyrics, incorporated them into stories. There's the first Silhouette story is subtitled "A Shadow Taller Than a Soul," which is a line from a Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah.
Oh, a crappy band. Okay.
Stairway to Heaven. I'm pretty sure it's from that song.
I don't know which song. Yeah.
It's it's pretty good. Led Zeppelin's pretty good. They have a lot of listenable songs. The issue is my boss is obsessed with Led Zeppelin, and it's literally all he plays out of his office.
I'm biased. I don't like them, but I do understand where you're coming from because I didn't mind the Beach Boys. Like I didn't mind them at all. My mom listened to them, but I lived with a couple when I was in college, and the wife infatuated with the Beach Boys.
Beach Boys is a little much.
So it kind of kills your like appreciation or love really for that. You're just like, I got that way about Nirvana. I got so sick of hearing them all the time. It was like they're a good band. I'm tired of hearing Nirvana all the time. Yeah.
So ripping off Led Zeppelin is shameful.
Well, that's okay. Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin #shameful.
No, I was gonna say that's fine because Led Zeppelin ripped off everyone else.
Yeah, that's their claim to fame.
It is. No, and they have. It's been proven. And whatever, who cares? If you like Led Zeppelin, that's fine. It's just a joke. But and as an artist, without a doubt, definitely I mean, I have full posters from flyers that about a band and all pretty much their lyrics are in there. Visually. So we do it quite often, and it'll bleed into the. If we're well, I should say if I'm working on a quote unquote fine art piece, comic wise, a little bit, I guess. As far as like incorporating like skulls floating around, if that was a lyric or somewhere, it could get in there. But Phil, whenever you're writing, I know we asked you this before, but I'm an idiot and I forget things all the time. Do you listen to music at all, or do you just like ghost blank, like no nothing?
Yeah, all the time I'll listen to music to get.
Does it have lyrics?
Yeah, sure. It depends. I kind of like choose what I want the vibe to be. If I'm writing a horror thing or it's just if I'm writing like The Masquerade, I'll put some retro music on, or different stories. I'll put a track on, sometimes on a loop, like
Oh wow.
for
I don't know
to
about
get
that.
that vibe going. And we talked about this a little bit on the panel breakers last week, and some people were saying, "Oh, I can't have anything on when I'm writing." It seems like that for artists, like when artists, especially like I think when Jake and Ken, who was on, when he's like, "Oh, when I'm writing, I have to be in silent." And I can't listen to any like podcasts or streams during when I'm writing unless it turns into white noise for me.
Oh man.
Which
I'll
defeats the
have to
purpose of
no.
listening to a podcast at that point.
Right, yeah. It has to be something
Yeah.
I'm not interested at all, not interested in at all. Otherwise, it's better just to put music on. And it could have lyrics in it, or it could just be like a radio of synth music or something. But it's usually dependent on what I'm writing. Like when I was writing that Graveyard Ship story, I listened to like a bunch of White Zombie and Danzig and Rob Zombie and stuff because they really had that vibe for me.
Yeah, I mean, I have tattoos of music stuff on me, so I mean, I music and art, writing, visual. When I say art, I mean they all go hand in hand. I think they just go together. I mean, you wouldn't have songs if you didn't have writers. I mean, songs are essentially just poetry put to music.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and when I'm writing, I can't have lyrics in it because even if I've heard the song 4 billion times, I can't. I'm gonna focus on the lyrics. So I usually have any kind of instrumental playing, whether it be classical music or instrumental, but it doesn't usually influence what's in the book. So it's kind of like, I know like people do that, like they'll put on, like the Conan soundtrack if they're writing the fantasy thing or something like that, and that gets them in that mood. And I get it, but what?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, well, it's yeah. So I mean, and I get that, but I've always like, even whenever I'm drawing, and a lot of artists will do warm up sketches, I don't do I just go right in, and everybody works differently. Like you said, plenty of people are like, I got to have blank, empty noise. Well, one big problem I have is I live in a commune, so there's always noise. So I got to drown that out, and it'll distract me. So, and you tend to probably be okay living. You're on your own, right? You don't live with your brother anymore.
No, I'm with my girlfriend.
You're with your girlfriend.
The
old ball and chain.
Yeah.
Stuck to the chair. No, but yeah, it's just something, I don't know. Everything just goes hand in hand. I mean, the universe works, and people said that the music is the tone of the universe. Like that's the language of the universe is music. Others say it's math, but it's also art and storytelling. And now, whenever you're doing your storytelling, Phil, and you're working with an artist like Man with No Strings, and you said do you have a horror story in mind? Now, when you do, are you developing it with the artist, or are you just doing the full thing and sending them like the 24 pages and like have at it?
Specifically for this series?
Yeah, sure.
So Oliver is awesome to work with, and he is, with every issue, he becomes like more and more involved in the process. It's really collaborative and such a blast working with Oliver on The Man with No Strings. But yeah, I do have, like, for specifically this series, it's the most like in-depth I've gone with pre-planning the whole thing. Like I've talked about before, I actually have a timeline for the character because we're starting like kind of like in the middle of his life. And we're going to get to flashbacks of him younger and it's an ongoing series, so it's going to go on for a while. So I had to have like the point of his origin. It's some stuff that happened before it, and then all the stuff that happens after it. So I know the time frame of everything, when things are happening in this character's life and what's integral to that history. So when we do flashbacks and such, so that's like an ongoing process of planning out the issues and story arcs. And Oliver's seen the timeline, and it's kind of like a living timeline, so I'm adding to it all the time. And so he knows what's going to happen and what story arcs are going to be flashbacks and such. So it's kind of like nerve-wracking too, because I'm like, oh man, I hope I could pull this off, because it's like the most grand thing I've done. But it's been a blast. And I've been sending him the scripts after every time I finish it. So like I've been done with, this is issue 1 we're pre-order campaigning for right now.
Yeah.
The script for issue 3 has been done for a while, and he just started drawing off of that
Nice.
like a couple weeks ago. So yeah, and how I'm writing it is very different than anything I've ever done as well, since these are basically like, I'm writing it like it's a monthly.
Oh, wow.
And they're 24 to 28 page single issues, which has been a really fun change of pace.
Yeah, I read issue 0, and I didn't know it was going to go where it went, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it was great. I was like, this is pretty smart. I thank you, by the way, because I have the book. It's just like, oh, it's going to take me 6 hours to read this thing. So yeah, thank you for that. But I liked how I'm not going to say any spoilers or anything. Obviously, people need to you can still get number 0, right?
Yes. You can get number 0. And if you, like, I send you a copy of the digital's up there for, I think, like $5 on the site.
Oh, okay.
If you order issue 0, since it's already done, it'll just be emailed to you immediately after you grab it.
There you go. Yeah, check it. So everybody pick it up, that way you can get caught up as well, if you want to just go ahead that route. But and this isn't a spoiler, but I like how you start at Once Upon a Time, because that starts like so many story arcs.
Yeah.
And in so many ways, and it's fantastic. I loved it. I loved the direction it went, and I was like, oh, that's smart. I see what you did there. I didn't expect that. So I like that. I like the element of surprise. It's something. It's not every day whenever you read something you're like, oh, that's a good thing. I like that. Now, when developing this kind of a story, did you have to do an insane amount of research for it? Because you're juggling a lot of testones, a lot of balls here. So because it's something a little different, I think, than what you're used to. So did you have to do a lot of research? Is this eating up more of your time than your other books?
Yeah, I mean, I did the research for the story. Like, I've always loved spaghetti westerns and fairy tales, and this is obviously a mishmash of that. Mm-hmm. And that's why I set it up with Once Upon a Time.
Yeah,
because
they go hand in hand. Westerns and fairy tales do start that way,
and that's going to be a through line when we get into more of the issues. Like, you'll see that language throughout the series. And
I not to interrupt, sorry to interrupt, but I did have a question. I don't want to lose it, and it was something that I thought of when I was reading it. When he kills, whenever he like does a job, kills somebody, whatever, part of his soul gets taken, pretty much. What happens if he kills a zombie or somebody undead? Because this does deal with fantasy fairy tale stuff. So what happens if he kills an undead creature? That's already dead? He's not killing a living thing at that point.
Right. Well, the way the curse works, because this character, if you guys haven't read it yet, he's this lone gunman, and he's cursed to at any time he kills someone, he loses part of his humanity. So
what if they're already dead? Does he still lose? Like, so if he kills a zombie's already dead.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Killing,
I in my head canon, which is actual canon because I wrote it. It's like the act of killing is corrupting him.
Okay. The violent act of the kill, not so much what the thing that he kills.
And it's also when he gets hurt too.
Mm.
So it's like this whole process of the path, as he goes down the path of revenge. So I always say like he has like this Wolverine X factor of healing, but it's a detriment to him because he heals into like a magical wood. His skin becomes petrified, his
Oh.
muscles become slower, and he's losing his humanity. And that's what the whole theme of the series is about, is does he even care? He's now where
Does he let it consume him?
Right. Does he care? Does he let it consume him? Does he realize that it's damning his soul? And what is that? How does that weigh on him? Because that connects to the title as well. He's the man with no strings. He now has no attachments because what has been done to him in the past.
Yeah.
His father was taken from him, and his whole life was turned upside down. So he is a man that has nothing to lose. And the only thing he has to lose is his soul, and does he care about that?
Yeah, acts of violence trigger these events, like hard acts of violence trigger these events, obviously. Then, and so, but what if like you need to create an act of violence to do some good, which it does happen. So that question is in place: do you do heroic things and sacrifice yourself for it, or do you just like want to live and go on further? It's a great philosophical debate. And it's a wonderful thing that you tapped into here. I think it's fantastic. Now, how this story, like this book, you said it's ongoing, obviously. How do you, whenever you're writing this one, you said you have 3 of them done. Let's say you're going to go write the silhouette. Do you find it difficult to transition in between the two? Do you tend to tackle one at a time, or do you bounce back and forth whenever you come up with an idea?
Yeah, I mean, there is a little, like, I don't know, kind of like mental lag when you're jumping to another story, but like my brain will tell me when it's fully ready to transition. Like a couple months back, I was still probably just finished the 3rd script for this series, and I just had an idea of this cyberpunk series that I was just brainstorming years ago, and it just hit me like lightning where that turned into like a trilogy of books that I just had to brainstorm out in my notes with new characters and all of that. So I took a break from everything else just to get that out of my system. It's like I'm not, I don't have an artist attached to it, and I'm not gonna start it anytime soon until I finish one of these series, because I don't want to stack too much on my plate. And then, because if you do that, especially as a writer that has lots of looming ideas, nothing will get done. And I'm already kind of annoyed at myself for starting this series without finishing like the Lost Pages, because I know I have like 3 more volumes to get through of that.
Yeah, I think that's a larger scope though, like because the volumes are thicker.
Right, definitely. So, but those like Lost Pages 4 is being worked on currently as well on the side. That's taking a little bit more time, and for The Man with No Strings, Oliver's pretty quick now with turning around these issues, so we could focus on that and have those pay for themselves.
Yeah, and Oliver's doing an amazing job. Like the art in this is fantastic. You definitely got the right artist for the job. It's highly detailed, but not overly so as to where it takes away from the story. And it looks like a Western, like it has that gritty Western feel to it. So I really appreciated that. Are you ever gonna have any of them full color, or are you just gonna stay like as a 3rd printing down the road if they sell out and like it's a huge thing? And are you gonna do like, because I could see kind of like a watercolory or effect with this, like like an ink spots type coloring.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. So like, is that
I would love to. So what I've always said is we're doing all these single issues in black and white on our site.
Yeah.
To pay for the production and to get this stuff out to like the core fan base. And then once each arc is completed, I want to do a collected trade paperback version with a colored version and probably a black and white version as a trade, and most likely crowdfund that and had used that money to print and color all those.
Now, do you consider, because it's on your website, so you are personally responsible, obviously, that like if it's on Indiegogo and I don't fulfill things, Indiegogo is kind of like, oh, they're taking the blunt end of everything, but you're fully responsible for this. So as far as like it getting funded and completed and shipped out, do you find that to be more stressful then at that point, because it's all on your shoulders, so to speak? So
I don't. I guess I look at it as the same as when we were crowdfunding on the sites. I don't.
Would you consider it really a crowdfunder or a pre-order?
I guess this is technically a pre-order because everything's already done. I front loaded all of this with the Zaid Comics, investing into it, and then we're recouping our costs and then some on each issue. But yeah, I've always looked at it as, as a company, we're responsible for getting the books out to people, and I would never push that onto some anonymous site.
Yeah,
I think that's how it should be.
Well, I mean, I have nothing to, I mean, I still crowdfund, I probably will still use like crowdfunding platforms in the future too. The goal to me, in my opinion, is to get away from it and do a pre-order full-on system and sustain yourself off of it. And there's nothing wrong with crowdfunders. I think they're
I love it. Crowdfunding has been super successful for us, and the only reason we switched to the site is because we saw guys like Bancroft doing it, and I wanted to see if we'd be capable of implementing that and just being fully independent. Now we're printing our own stuff, and we'll definitely use crowdfunding again. It's funny that that decision just lined up with Indiegogo getting bought out, and flipping the platform upside down.
I'm not a fan of the front end. I think is okay. I don't mind that. It's Indiegogo's back end it's still very different. If you just now are like going on there, I'm sure it's fine because you're learning it for the first time. Right, but knowing the old way to the new way, I don't like change. I buy shoes that look identical to the last pair of shoes. I don't like change. If I find something I like to stick with that and it be the constant same. So the back end of it is a little trickier and stuff for somebody who's used it. And I've had to do I've done 3 or 4 books now on Indiegogo, and I loved it. Now they switched it. I'm like, man. But now when you went to the website, did you find there was a slight decrease as far as reach goes? Because with Indiegogo, Kickstarter, Fund My Comic, you have a search engine. It's easier for them to filter through that. Did you find it more not sales wise, but also sales wise? Did you find a decrease in viewership, or did you find it harder to promote it because it's on a separate site where people have to actually hunt it down?
Right. Well, you're always going to have that because it's a singular company's website as Zaid Comics, right? So the only people that are going to know about it is our past customers, readers, and then going on shows, you might pull in a few newbies that have never heard of us. But I think the good thing that we had going for us is the previous readers from our crowdfunders that really enjoyed our books from the past, coming over and taking a chance on the site. And we've put all of our previous books on the site, so we've had residual readers that didn't grab our books during crowdfunding to back us on the site. And you're always going to have that, especially if you take a chance on yourself, do your own website. The interesting thing that I would like to see is when we collect this and then go back to crowdfunding, how that makes a difference.
Right, if there's an uptick or what.
So,
Angel, do you have a question, Angel?
No, I'm just curious. I mean, in regards to your website, are you going to continue and use that as a crowdfunding source, or would you go back to Indiegogo or use both?
And then the website would be like a storefront.
How would you handle that?
Yeah, and it's going to be, we're going to have to consider this when we do the next Lost Pages, because we could just do pre-orders on the first chapter of the Lost Pages 4, which would be brand new content in floppy form that we print, and then maybe get those out every 4 to 6 months and then collect it and crowdfund it. But anytime I think we collect it and do a perfect bound trade paperback, we'll crowdfund it because we can't print those yet.
I was gonna say,
you know?
yeah.
So we would have to use like Mixum or another printer that does perfect bound books, and we would want to really gauge how many we're printing at that point, because the print cost is higher than us printing it ourselves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. How are you enjoying the printing part of it?
It's fun. It's like, you know, learning a whole other aspect of creating comics. Because if you're just an artist or you're just a writer and you've been doing that for a while, going into crowdfunding is a whole new beast of marketing, you know, graphic design when you're promoting and putting your campaign together. So like crowdfunding has just taught me so much by osmosis, or by going through the steps of putting a campaign together, and then having the opportunity to actually digitally print this stuff, make a print file, learn how to use the printer, cutting the paper ourselves, you know, sourcing paper, all that. So it's just, it's really cool because you learn a new skill around behind that.
Now, in your biased opinion, do you think the newsprint versions of Man with No Strings looks better than the other paper?
Yeah, I do. I like that better. And even like, because here I have some examples, and my camera looks really good. So
I'm making you big.
let me see here.
You're very large.
Real quick, Jason. Hey, Jason. Hey, Jason. Play Cracker Man for my good friend Phil.
No, send me. I told you, PO Box 3595, post dated check, and I'll play it.
Look at this. So
I love it.
This is issue 0 on newsprint, and then this is actually issue 1. This is a proof of issue 1. So I could. It's not going to be the same art, but I could show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but here is on the regular paper, very stark white. Obviously, really.
See, I like that. I could see it.
Beautiful. So it looks great on just a black and white regular paper, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera.
Yeah, it's
this has like a gray tone to it.
Oh, we can see it. Yeah.
It has a really cool toothy texture like the newsprint. It's a thinner paper in general, and I just love how it looks. It just adds so much character to the whites of it. And then also, if you have a book like we reprinted the Lost Pages books on newsprint.
Oh wow!
Nice. It takes to color so well. Like this is the same newsprint.
That really well.
Yeah.
And I did say I'm not a fan of newsprint, but I did.
It looks nice.
You sent that. Was it the Silhouette?
Yeah.
Book. I really love the quality of that. So well done.
That's great to know. Like, yeah. So we're gonna reprint those.
Well, okay. I like. This is personal preference, personal taste. As a line guy, black and white guy, with the stark white and then the hard blacks, I could see everything there. You know, when you get under the gray or newsprint, it gets a little more difficult to see that fine-tuned cross-hatching. Like this is the issue I had with Cul-de-sac, is that they printed it on the gray tone or the that off gray whatever newsprint, and it's cool. It's it's got that old school vibe to it. But you lose some away shacks, like finer textures and colors in there. And I don't know. It just lost a little something for me. I still loved it. It's still great. But like with Man with No Strings, I did get number 1. I got all the covers. So it comes with the newsprint one. It was the best deal, I thought. But yeah, and we're going to go over that briefly here in a moment. And it's a personal preference. But I just like, with my eyes especially, I like the nicer paper, mainly because I could see things clearer. But I have vision problems. If you don't have vision problems, I'm sure the newsprint looks fantastic.
Stark white and hard black would be a good superhero team.
Well, I'm going to write that down.
Oh, there you go. Phil's got another story.
Just curious.
I'm going to steal that from you, Sumo.
Steal it.
Your print, he should get some like writing.
Residuals.
I'm writing this down right now. I'll put a reference to Sumo in the background.
Yeah. Dedicated to him.
I love newsprint. It's a charm. All the comics I bought when I was a kid was newsprint. Kick Angela being wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's and I get it. Go ahead, Angela.
It's a preference.
It is a preference, and like I said, there's that nostalgic, and yeah, all of them back then. But that's what the paper they had to print on was. So, and it is that the nostalgia is there, and it looks cool. But also, certain colors I think fit better with newsprint than with the current stock. And speaking of which, are you a paper nerd now, Phil? with being a printer?
I don't know what that means.
Do you nerd out about different paperweights and qualities and
Nah.
You know, like searching the internet for
No, I do love that Bad Idea newsprint that they have for cul-de-sac, and they did
you like
that?
I was so disappointed. I
just love how it feels. It feels better than ours. I think it's a little thicker. It just has a really nice.
Okay, you're right. I like the feel of it, but like for somebody like especially with his, like he's using fine art like watercolors and gouaches and stuff. I want to see those as vivid as they are whenever he's doing it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and the newsprint kind of just sucked a little bit out of it. So it's still fantastic. Everybody get cul-de-sac. It's great. But they're going to be doing a Kickstarter. But getting mail with no strings. Let me share that screen. What?
Would you ever consider being a printer for other people's projects, Phil?
Yeah. We've had a lot of requests for that.
Nice.
And I think by the end of the year, we'll probably be printing some books for other publishers.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Like people from like across the pond or something that need that outlet with regards to like
shake.
Oh, we would. Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah. You'd be down with Hyper Wizard's phallic hero.
Too lewd.
Lewd. No, yeah, and that's something Inkspots and I have even talked about. Like, we've talked about certain aspects of something like this, not printing, but other things, and it's like, well, like we're going to be doing Unhinged Inks Presents, and where it's like a flip book. So, but we're going to do that with other people. Like, you know, you write a Dan Plagle story and then he draws it and then like 12 pages. Like we want to incorporate other artists, but once you do that, how do you go about, like, do I get 10% of it? Do you get this percent of it? What are the logistics of it? It's something you kind of have to go over, and it's a whole other beast, an animal that you have to tackle. When I even told Ink before, like he came up with another idea. He's like, we should do this. I'm like, dude, I just want to write. I just want to do comics. I'm like, you know, he's coming up with so many ideas because he loves it. He loves this stuff, and I love it too, and so do you. So, but I'm like, hey, let's get Frog G2 out first, and then let's worry about all this other stuff. But it's still, you got to think about the future, you know, Edgar. So, you know, as far as like stories and stuff, and then maybe you want to print other things and expand and grow as a company, why not? You know, so, and it's a different animal whenever you're then printing. If you're printing Frog, like where do you get like what cut, what happens, where it goes, where are you responsible for, you know, quality control?
Yeah, you can just sign the IP over to us.
You have to talk to Inkspots about that, man. I just draw frogs. That's it. No, and who knows? Maybe that might be a thing where we're like, you know what? We don't want to deal with Mixum. Phil's putting out some, and the books are really good that you put, because I have Man with the
so cool.
And so you know, if we can get it cheaper through you than through Mixum, and the quality is still there. Yeah. Are you able to do fancy things like a spot gloss and stuff like that, or for now it's just straight print?
No, we haven't looked into that. I've seen some indie guys that print themselves do like vellum covers, which is pretty cool, or like a foil graphic cover, which we haven't really looked into. And I bet our machine could print on that stuff. But I'd be willing to look into that. I think that would be cool, doing like some gimmicky covers like that.
Yeah, well, especially if you could do them yourself. You know, all right, there we go. We're back. Hopefully, people get notified. Angela, go into the other stream.
Oh, okay.
Go on YouTube. Go into the other stream and see if people are still.
No, we're still on the.
We're still on the OG one.
It's the OG stream. We're back, right, guys?
No, it's saying 21 seconds. It doesn't say 45 minutes and 21 seconds.
Okay, all right. Let me see.
Because how many people?
Back.
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, all right, cool. So whatever.
That was me. Woo.
Don't use Restream, everybody. I guess.
Dang.
No. So you were alive, so you saw how it was in the '90s with the overprinting and the boom hit. Do you feel the speculative market and the variant cover market are doing the same damage now that was going on in the '90s?
I don't know if it ever stopped.
You don't think it ever stopped?
I think it just evolved. Now, like everybody's doing blind bags
I hate
with
blind bags.
special covers and stuff. They're just trying to figure out new ways, even though that's an old way, to tap into that. And then you have, I just saw when I did my show with Brandon on Friday, we looked at a very rare absolute Batman variant, which was glow in the dark.
Hold on.
Really?
Yeah, if it wasn't under blacklight, it just looked like the absolute Batman logo.
Hi, Luke.
And it was just white behind it. But if you put a blacklight on it, it was the demon Joker's face in the background. And that sold for like, I don't know if it was like a Whatnot stream or eBay, but it sold for like $600.
Jeez.
But it wasn't even that limited. It was like limited to 800 copies. So I mean, I guess that's limited in a
that's kind of
Batman,
limited, especially for an overprinted book like Absolute Batman.
Yeah.
He's still saying we're muted. I don't think we're muted. Chad,
unmute yourself. Put your headphones in, Chad.
It's Chad. Chad is he can't hear us, so
yeah, I'm not muted here. My mic is there, and everyone else can hear us. No, and what really, and I honestly think it is, but like I was looking at what was it? I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, Spawn the Dark Ages is dope. Kyle Holtz, Infernal Hulk is pretty cool. So just if you make cool art and cool stories, that'll revive the industry. Like
yeah, I love Kyle. Yeah, and Liam Sharp's doing some that Spawn stuff. Yeah, I agree. There's a bunch of new stuff coming out all the time. I know Kirkman. Robert Kirkman just announced his new superhero series, Terminal. So I mean, comics aren't going away. Like they're
slumped, but I think the pendulum, as far as quality of content goes, is swinging back a little bit because they're Hockey and I have been reading books every week now, at least a new book every week to see if what comics are, and they're hitting pretty well. Like I would say it's 90% positive for all the books we've read. Like there was one book we read that was like, and a couple we read that were like, well, it's good if you're, and we try to look at it this way, Phil. I don't know if you're going to agree with me. Like, yes, there is an audience for middle-aged men and older and young, whatever. But I try to go into be like, if I was just getting into comics as I did when I was like 10 to 13, and just would I love this? Would this really spark my younger brain and be like, oh, this is so cool and creative?
Yeah,
that's how I'm kind of approaching whenever I'm reading comics, or at least I try to nowadays. Now, granted, I am also a middle-aged man, and so I'm looking at it at that viewpoint mainly.
I've noticed.
It shows from time to time, but I think it's the bags under the eyes. But
Luke says that Spawn the Dark Ages is one of the best looking books out right now.
Spawn Dark Ages is pretty dope. Like I said, it's hard to, and I agree with him. And the only stipulation I have is like you'd have to read everything to know what's the best right now. So I agree with him. I'm not disagreeing with Luke.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. Liam Sharp is, and why he hasn't tackled him to do the main title, I don't know. I like Brett Booth, but he's a little too clean for me for Spawn. But
yeah, well, I'm excited to try to get kind of into shops through distribution, because now that we're printing our own stuff, we could print, books that we've done in the past, like Break Up the Lost Pages or Magic Cop, and into single issues, and then just basically make like a year plan of putting out monthly comics that are already completed and see how they perform. And on top of that, printing them ourselves, it cuts down printing costs so much, so we could actually make them competitive to the mainstream stuff that's on the shelves, indie stuff,
right?
Image or whatever else. And So we're looking into that. I think that would be really cool. We could, again, because we're printing them ourselves, we could do like, if a shop orders 5 copies, they get a special, Jason Bascom cover or Shelby Robertson variant.
Yeah.
You get one or two of those, and hopefully our readers that people that have the trades, they could help us and go to their local comic shop and be like, hey, have you heard of Lost Pages? And order this is what I want. And if they order one, they're probably going to order a handful of them to see if their other regular customers would want to pick them up. And that's, an untapped market for me and a lot of, us that have been crowdfunding for so long.
Yeah, and getting into brick and mortar, I think it would help anyone and everyone in all reality. Like if we were to get Frog or Absolute in there, it boosts our following. So even if we do a pre-order system for like the next book on either one website, you're going to get an uptick in sales because people want that first run, first print, whatever it is, first of, or they just can't get it anywhere else, but they know about it because of their LCS. Like I know, like, okay, Cul-de-sac is a great example. Plago couldn't get it because it was certain shops were the only places that could. I ordered them from Midtown because I guess Bad Idea did that. That was their thing. They're like, well, we're only going to put it in certain shops. So if you can't get it, but you follow Phil as a writer, like, oh, it's on his website though, I can get it there. It's not going to be in my LCS because they just can't order it. But but Lost Pages trade will be there. Okay, I can get that. But I want there's getting into the brick and mortar stores. I think would help every independent crowdfunder out there. It would. I think it would also. We all want to get it obviously in there and get boosted sales. But I would love to. Hey, it'd be cool to draw Wolverine. Why not?
That's I know you mentioned we talked about printing. Did you talk about distribution? Jolly Green is asking, did you already talk about your distribution? I just got here. Did we talk about that?
That's kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah,
now.
I think we were just talking about that.
Yeah, Phil was saying, the goal, one goal is to get into brick and mortars on top of being
I would definitely, like, if that's a possibility, I would definitely want to make a planned strategy for that, because I've counted, all of the stories that we have in the Lost Pages series, and it page count wise, it comes out to about 12 issues so far.
Oh wow, nice.
That's a whole year of monthly, or we could do it every 2 months, depending on if the distributor allows that kind of stuff. And that's a lot of content. I've already formatted the first volume for floppy single issues, and like that would just be cool to throw our hat in there. And just because we are so hands-on with marketing and promotion, like if stores wanted it, we could do promo posters or like little kiosk things. And but the thing is, a lot of the stores I've already kind of like approached are more on the franchise side, and are less willing to take a chance on indies, especially if you're not hooked up to a distributor. Like they're animal of habit, so they're programmed for the last 40 years of ordering through a distributor. And if you're not in that, if you don't have a barcode on your book, they'll just wave you past. So it's unfortunate you have to conform to that, but
also, and like Luke worked in a comic shop, he even had a hard time getting into indie stuff in there. But they know what's like, oh, Spider-Man sells, Superman sells. I don't know about the Lost Pages. I don't know who this Zaid Comics thing is.
But like, shout out to Luke. One of the only crowdfunded books that did sell in his shop was the Lost Pages one. I remember he grabbed an extra one, and then he was actually able to sell it in the shop.
Nice.
Luke, Death Metal Hero Luke.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Julie. I'm sorry.
Hello, Julie.
Julie Green Comics. Jolly Green. Are you working with a distributor or contact shops yourselves?
Nothing yet. I do have like some Lost Pages tomes in some local shops that I've just brought some to. There's this awesome shop over by me called One Stop Comics.
Nice.
And it's like a labyrinth in there. Like the guys run the store for, I don't know, more than 20 years. And it's just like towering shelves of this disarray. Like he's the only guy that knows how to jank these books out. But he's so cool. We set up for Free Comic Book Day last year, and that was awesome. So he does have some of our books, some of our books over there.
Now it's Comic Giveaway Day.
They changed it because
they had to
went under.
Yep, they can't.
I got to hit them up and see if we could do that again this year. Because now that we're printing our own stuff, we could actually make like free comic book.
Yeah, I want to do something also for our, my LCS because I'm outside mine as well for that. Do like a 12-pager or something. Draw it up real quick and make it sloppy and fun. But I got to get it done. I could obviously get it done. I'm ahead of schedule. But no, good being outside, and that's another thing. Cons and being outside shops and stuff. It helps grow your business, your website, and your fan base, and then to get into LCSs, it just helps. And it's a long game format. It takes a lot of time and a lot of work. But when we love doing it so much, it's almost not work at all. It's like I'm having fun doing it. So, you know what else is a lot of fun?
Once upon a time, in a town time forgot, there was a gambler who cheated the wrong woman. In return, he was cursed. Every loss forced the truth from his lips, so he ruled the desperate. They pay in gold, they left in graves. Now a new face walks into town, searching for the truth. Which way does a dead man ride to wrangle his revenge? One game, one chance, only one winner. The man with no strings, Dead Man's Hand.
Yeah, Doctor, great. So cool.
Yeah, I'm assuming you did the visuals for the trailer, right?
Yeah, I did all the editing on that. Citizen Ronan, we used that kick-ass track he made for the theme song, and Doc with the voiceover.
Yeah, Doc's a good dude. He's a righteous dude. Phil, we talked about it briefly, but for those of the people in the unknown and joining the restream of the restream, tell us about Man with No Strings.
Yeah, so this series is about a lone gunman, straight out of the spaghetti western movies that you guys loved from back in the day. And it's a weird western. It's a weird western fantasy. So it takes those muddy and bloody spaghetti westerns and mashes them with the fantasy elements of a fairy tale. So our man is cursed to have his soul and body rot with every pull of the trigger. So anytime he steps down the path of revenge, he loses himself, and he's gonna find out how much he's willing to lose to get back what's been taken from him. And in issue 1, you guys hopefully read issue 0. If not, you could grab it on here. But in issue 1, he comes to a town that is run by this gambler and his gang. And this gambler has also been cursed, his body twisted by dark magic to crave coin. He basically feeds on the money of the town, and all of these town people play him in poker in hopes to win this grand magical prize of having a question answered. And he's forced by the magic to magically answer any question that these winners' hearts desire. And our gunman is coming into town to try to win a game against him.
Nice. You know, you have it plotted out so each book is a self-contained story, but with that overarching theme of like his redemption.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So they will be connected, and some of them will end on kind of like cliffhangers, but these are already done, so you're not going to wait a year between issues. And so like I think the issue 3 starts, this is issue 1, so issue 3 starts kind of like a mini arc where, you know how in ongoing series they'll do like, you know, the subtitle and then part 1 of 3 or whatever. So I do have some of that in there, which is cool because I've never written like that before. But yeah, this, if you read mainstream comics back in the 80s, you'll be familiar with how these issues play out.
Yeah. No,
sometimes they're like monster of the week type thing or monster of the month type thing, but there is an overarching story.
Yeah, and that's something that I do agree they definitely do need to bring back, and that's a lot of people have their hesitation in going into buying comics if they're fresh out of the gate is, where do I start? Back in the day, you just pick up any book and just start there because there was that overarching theme, but it was a single self-contained thing. You'd be like, oh, what happens next? But nowadays, the whole, like, if issue 50 ties into issue 2. So like, if you didn't read issue 2, you might be lost. So it's nice that you have that format going in. But even then, still, like, it would be a part 2 of 3. Like, it wasn't like an 18 over. Like, then now you got to get, oh, you got Man with No Strings issue 1. Now you got to read Lost Pages issue 2 part 3, second page. Like, you don't have to really go through all that hassle. And what I did like was in Man with No Strings issue 0 also, like you even included like sometimes they would say something in a different language, and you incorporated the translation.
Yeah, little editor notes for translation.
Yeah. I hate it whenever it's like you're supposed to just figure it out. I'm like, I watch documentaries sometimes and there's no subtitles for these people. I'm like, what is happening in life? But yeah, so how many pages is issue 1?
So issue 1 is double the page count of issue 0 exactly. Oh. So I think issue 0 had it was 24 in total, including like the back matter concept art. So this is I think 38 in total. Yeah, 40 with the cover. So yeah, 14 pages for issue 0. Issue 1 story is 28 pages.
Okay. Nice. Now, does this also have like background stuff or?
Yeah. So Oliver does amazing concept art, and so he's done them for all the characters. So you see the Gambler, you've seen him in the trailer. He's, the concept art for the Gambler is going to be in this, as well as some of the pin-ups for all the covers.
Yeah, and like the concept art was fantastic. I loved it. And I really liked the horse in this. I was like, that's cool. Like, so
yeah,
I don't want you to spoil anything, and this isn't a spoiler, but the horse is different than a normal horse. So is that also a fairy creature, or is that like is it tied to his soul as well?
Yeah, we will see the horse's origin along with his in issue 2, I believe. So 2 or 3. So yeah, he's an integral part of the series. And we're definitely going to see him again.
Well, it's kind of like with Pale Rider, like you associated his horse with the rider, know, in that Clint Eastwood movie. So, it's I like that. That's cool. So let's go over what you got going on here. You got the main covers. What do you got? Talk about it.
Yeah, so the main cover is colored like it was on issue 0. And then this time the black and white version cover is a totally different piece of art just because we had another cover, and it worked out perfectly because there's like so much detail with all the bullets on the black and white cover. And we're like, I don't know if I have a spot to put a logo. So we made it that second variant. As well as the blank. If you guys are artists out there, you can get the blank sketch cover by itself or in the 4-pack, and then that retro newsprint edition, which will carry over that theme with all of the issues. We'll have a newsprint.
So you have all these different things here. I turned my magnifier off because especially with this white, I turned off my dark reader too, so now everything's blowing my eyeballs out. But,
oh no!
So this one here, what's that one here?
Yeah, so those first 2 are original art sketch covers.
Oh,
so that first one, the Shelby one is right there, and then that first one's the Matt Dalton we just put up on Friday. So if you guys are art collectors. These are one-of-a-kind originals. And they come with a free reader copy of issue 1 if you do grab them.
Yeah, that's smart. No, you got to read the sketch cover one. Yeah, correct. It's just original art. Who cares? And then this is the Kit and Caboodle here. Is that what this is?
Yeah, that's the full house this time. It does come with a shell bean, the Rootin' Tootin' shell bean. The only place you can get it is on these campaigns. So if you guys didn't grab one on the last campaign, you can grab one in the add-ons or the full house, which comes with all 4 covers, the bean, and then an exclusive wanted poster of our new villain Silas.
That's pretty dope. And then what's this one?
Yeah, you get all the individuals. That's the newsprint, which is the lowest priced physical book,
price
$10.
Okay.
And yeah,
well,
yeah,
I like this is what I picked up. I thought it was the best deal. The all the covers.
Yes.
Because you're getting a little like $5 discounted if you get this one over backing individual. So
yeah.
Even if you were to get like, oh, I didn't want this one, but you're still gonna. It's like, oh, well, $5 more, I can get all of them then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? So you save money if you go that route because you're gonna get more content, and that's what I picked up. That's actually a good deal. So, and what's this cat?
So all of those, the rest of those original pieces are sold out. So those are just on there.
Yeah, this one was my favorite. That
one's bad.
That one was
so cool.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's. Every now and then he does a good piece. It's one of them. Nice. Great. And down here you got some special stuff here with
the sketch cards. Yeah, those are sold out too.
Oh, this is all sold out stuff. Why am I down here then, Phil?
Then there's add-ons. You can scroll down even more.
No.
If you guys missed out on issue 0, it's right there. You could grab that one, the newsprint version. We got the digitals next to that, as well as the wanted posters. You could just grab them a la carte. And the cool thing is that because this is our own site, if you guys already backed and you forgot to add something on, you can just go back here and grab it individually. You don't have to like grab a shell bean with a book or anything. You just add it to your cart. And then below that is the shirts, which ship out right away. So those are already, they're drop shipped. So nice. You can grab those and, they'll be at your place next week.
Nice. And this is just some preview art.
Beautiful art. Yeah, the interiors.
Yeah, Oliver's fantastic, man. You got the right artist for the job on this book for sure. So you actually do a really good job at pairing the artist with the concept.
Thank you.
You have a good eye for that. Except you don't hire me, but that's fine.
Oh no,
that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm too busy for you. You can't afford me, Phil.
I knew it.
Yeah, can't afford me. And then down here's what's this? What is this writing stuff?
Just a little synopsis. Everything I just basically said earlier about the pitch.
Why am I talking to you?
You could have just read it.
I could have just had speech chat read that for me. I had a British broad just read it. No. Everybody go check it out. What was that?
That was me. I said "oi" like a British babe.
Oi. Interesting. No, everybody check out Man. I really, really liked issue 0. I thought it was fantastic. It was a great read. Professional work all around. And so pick that up if you didn't get it. Get issue 1 because it's going to be better. And link is pinned to the top of the chat. And that's what she said. Yeah. And in the description below. Hey. So check it out, everybody. Like I said, you're gonna get if you back a Zaid Comics comic, you're gonna get quality.
There was a question in the chat.
We don't have time for that.
Question, Comics Legend. Question for Phil. When you are writing your stories, you start from the end and work your way back. What is your process?
I hear that's a good process for mysteries.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Most of the time, I want to know the ending. Like that's important to me because then you could reflect that at the beginning of the stories. So since this is a series, a very broad series, I do know the ending of the series that I want to hit. I would paint it as like a broad target that I'm always keeping in mind while constructing the single issues. So I know that is where I'm aiming for. And then when I am constructing like the single issue, that's a self-contained story as well. So I want to know the ending, where I'm going to end off, on issue 3 or whatever. So as I'm filling in those gaps, that's what I'm aiming for. So, everything when I'm writing is a story. You try to make each page a story as well. And knowing the end destination really helps getting there.
Yeah, and like I said, I know with mysteries, like murder mystery, whatever mystery type it is, a lot of the writers or will have the end even like written pretty much, so that way they know. Once they know that, they can it helps them piece together the rest of the mystery, so they don't kind of trip on themselves, rather than going from beginning all the way straight through. Like I think it might be easier for writers probably to have to start. Like know the ending. You have to know the ending, in my opinion, but to start writing from the beginning and then work your way through, because a lot of artists like to jump around for consistency, for continuity's sake, and make sure everything is streamlined. But I can't. I work beginning to end. But with writers, you guys kind of have to, like, okay, we know the ending, but now we got to get there. So let's start at page 1. Like you can't just be like, all right, I'm gonna write page 50 and then page 2. Like you can't do that. It has to you have to know where it ends and then get there. So yeah, I'm sure it's a little more trickier, time consuming in a way. Yeah.
We're gonna have to have this guy on soon, Meme Lord Woodrow.
Yeah.
Woodrow Okorino. Yeah, I did reach out to Matt Burke also. He's launching Hell War. So that'll be fun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's like hidden gems that are like popping up. Like Citizen Ronin.
Ronin's great.
They draw and he also does music, I hear. So
yeah, he does Western music.
Does all the things.
But we're here to talk about Man with No Strings, and you're here to back Man with No Strings.
Let's go.
I never refresh anything or check anything. If you backed it, please do. Like I said, I did. You're getting a great price point for a great comic, and you're not gonna regret it. Angela, do we have any more questions in the chat?
I have none.
We have none. Phil,
I have a question.
Do you have a question? Yeah.
So your 3D printer.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, what are your aspirations for that? I know you were working on like a maxed out Godzilla.
Oh yeah, that's not my aspirations.
Oh, that's not yours. Do you have any? Like, do you think what would if you could do anything at all with your 3D printer, what would you want to make? If there was,
I would love to make little, statues or figures of our characters. We already did. Oh. We did the Crimstone statue.
Yep.
For the Lost Pages 3, and that was awesome. And if you Angela, if you ever watch the Diaz Brothers show again,
I never see her in there. See, I lurk. I never see Angela.
I watch Fridays more than I gotta go to bed earlier. So, but I do watch Fridays. I try to watch Fridays.
We're on at like 6 p.m. on a Friday night.
7 p.m.
You were on at 10 o'clock at night on Fridays.
No. Angela, what are you talking about? We start 6:30 Central Time, which now you're not you're in Eastern, right? So that's 7:30, and then we end at 9 o'clock.
7:30? I swear every time it starts at 10 o'clock.
Regardless,
they're on whenever I get done working out.
Yeah, Fridays.
Not for very long.
You're thinking of Monday.
Hardline.
No, Hardline. I don't watch. I watch the other one.
Yeah, screw you, Phil.
Listen, Phil.
Well, anyways, we have the Crimstone statue sitting in front of me on the Diaz Brothers show. Beautiful. And then also I printed that Vash the Stampede statue from Trigun. So I would love to do more, probably when we crowdfund again, when we do like a Man with No Strings crowdfunded volume 1. I'd love to do a Whittler figure for the people.
Well, also the demand kind of needs to be there too. What's that? What are you holding on?
The Whittler.
What is that?
What it's the little
Hold on, I gotta make you big.
Magnet.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cool.
I would love to do a figure of this guy.
I love him.
Be so cool. Did you get this magnet?
Yeah, I see the magical wood.
Angela didn't even get issue 0. What are you talking about?
I got issue 0.
No,
what are you talking about?
Don't lie to
me. I just talked about.
Why you gotta lie to me all the time? All I ever hear is lies from Angela.
Newspaper silhouette.
Yeah, she got it. But if you didn't get a magnet, there's only 6 left. You could find it in the add-on section. Great Rich Ayala art piece.
Rich Ayala is fantastic. Roach Balls. One of the best indie books that came out in the past 45 years. Well, Angela, do you have any more questions for our esteemed guest?
I'm all questioned out.
Okay. I have one last question for you, Phil. It's a new question where I'm asking.
Yeah.
If you could only listen to one band for the rest of your life, who
Ooh,
would it be? It doesn't have to be your favorite band,
painful.
Yeah.
but one band for the rest of your life, who would it be?
It has to be someone with a lot of good songs.
That's catalog to me is what I
Oh my
want.
gosh. That's hard.
Mhm. That's why I said it doesn't have to be your favorite. 'Cause
Like
it's
a
hard to pick
lot
a
of good
favorite.
songs. Like who has a lot of good songs?
I don't know. Who, in your opinion, has a lot of good songs?
I mean, I know this isn't my answer, but Led Zeppelin does have a lot of good songs.
Okay.
That are very.
I don't have to
listenable.
like them.
I know. I'm
It's
just
up to
saying they
you.
do.
Yeah.
They're a contender.
Mhm.
They might be played out for me because of my boss. And then Rob Zombie too, but White Zombie is really good, and that would not.
If you said Rob Zombie, I would include his White Zombie
You would?
catalog. I would include that because to me that's
The Foo Fighters though have so many good songs
yeah.
that, like
The Monkeys,
Fighters.
Notes, the Monkeys, even.
the Monkeys.
That's
The
what
Monkeys?
Cran is saying.
Oh, I was gonna say
Yeah, the Monkeys.
I know who the Monkeys are.
I don't know about that.
He's been brainwashed.
Foo Fighters would be a contender.
Oh no.
Who's those guys from California?
You're gonna be a little more
Beach
specific.
Boys?
Who?
I know, right?
There's a
No,
lot of
the
bands
guys
from
that only
California,
sing
Phil.
songs about California too.
Oh, the beach.
Oh.
Yeah, the beach.
Oh.
Mama. Those
Oh.
guys,
Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
they got a lot of good songs.
I get they
Just pick
need
one.
Alright, I'm gonna
to
pick-
leave their shirts on. I just ugh.
I'd have to pick Jamiroquai. I
Okay,
think.
wow, out of left
That-
field. All right,
kind of can see that. That fits.
you look like a Jamiroquai fan.
Jamiroquai probably
You
has.
need
the
a
most-
hat now.
I do. I kind of have
You
one.
need to buy one.
You
and
need a
that's-
bunch of treadmills in your house that go different directions, so you could just
Oh,
walk
yeah.
around.
You need to buy the hat and not take it back to the store as well.
Oh, that's right. I'll take the tag off.
All right,
Van
we're
Halen,
going-
Van Halen's
tag
pretty
off.
listenable as well.
Hey, it's your life, you know. You live
There
it.
was a question I forgot.
No, we're done. What is it?
How long did it take to grow the mutton chops Phil has?
You guys, I feel like you were
I-
there while I was growing them. You know, not like you specifically,
take
but
a long
you, the
time.
general audience,
Yeah.
saw them
Metallica?
formate.
Doesn't
If you
take
go back
really
to
all that
like
long.
you go back to like 2019, I didn't have them. I don't think.
Man,
I would say
I'm
even
free.
maybe about a year, if that. Like it doesn't take that long. It's
Oh,
just
no, yeah, it
facial
doesn't-
hair.
It
Yeah.
doesn't take that
Oh,
long. Not even.
no.
It's probably like a few months. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just facial hair that you like. If I shaved all this off, I would have hairless mutton chops. Where I'd have no hair, but I'd have the connector. Yeah, it would
Comics
look weird.
Legend wants you to remind everyone that you have a C2E2 exclusive, the Man with No Strings cover.
That's right. Yeah. So
you.
C2E2.
Why didn't you say that earlier, Phil?
I forgot. I didn't
Jeez, oh,
announce.
man.
I didn't
What-
announce
what are you
it.
doing here?
Here to save the show.
Thank you.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And can you believe that?
Wow.
C2E2 is the 27th, so it's at the end of this month. We will have an exclusive cover that if you come to C2E2, you could get at the booth. And for that weekend, from that Thursday night until Monday night, we'll have the cover up on the site. If you guys want to grab that, I will probably announce it. I don't know, in a week or so. We'll
You
show
just
the
announced
cover.
it just now. What are you
Well,
talking
we'll
about?
show the
You
art.
just said it. You just said you're going to have it. This is an exclusive.
Phil, just don't say Hootie and the Blowfish.
Ooh, Hootie.
Or Phil,
yeah.
say Hootie and the Blowfish, and then you
I will
say,
end this stream.
I ruined it, not that
I will end the stream
So the dolphins
prematurely,
make you cry. Is
like
that what you're
Restream
saying?
did before.
So many fans in the chat.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
everybody, get Man with No Strings. Get
Shelby
the C2.
Robertson even's in the chat. Saying, or no, well, Foo Fighters. It's not Shelby, but I mean, it's close.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Phil was clean shaven this morning. Man, this chat is just
No.
rolling.
That much.
Yeah, back this book, guys.
Yeah,
It
pack
looks
it up.
amazing. It's going to
Pack
be
it
an
in.
amazing
Let me
series.
begin.
And here's another thing. A reason to grab it now is issue 2 is already fully drawn, and all I have to do is letter it, and that will be ready by summertime. So we'll
Nice.
have issue 2 at Heroes Con. If anybody's coming out, You could buy it there. It might be the first place you could grab it, and then we'll do a pre-order for it at the end of summer. Issue 3 is almost 4 pages in to being complete. So
yeah, cramming them in, cramming them out. I like it. I love it. But nice job on the lettering, by the way.
We have another question for Phil. Why?
No, go ahead.
Just why?
Because I gotta.
Okay.
Oh, that's the question. I hate my
Yes.
everybody, yeah, please back man with no
What are you
strings.
doing?
If you do watch this insanely long replay, check it out. Click the link in the description and the top.
Thanks for joining in.
ZayComics.com. Angela, I'm gonna
Thank you are, Phil.
Thank you, Phil.
Yes, thank you, Phil. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Jason.
I'm clicking this button.